Alright, this could be a long video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Danny, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about my first heartbreak. I don't know if I'd really call it a heartbreak because I'm the one who broke up with him. But yeah, call it whatever you want. So, grab a snack, get a drink, because this is about to be I'm going to try and make it short and sweet, but I have a feeling it's going to end up being really long. I filmed this a couple of weeks ago. I said this in my 1 week without wearing any makeup challenge vlog thing. That I was going to be filming this video, and I tried filming it before, and I didn't want to target this person. But what I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to say his name, which I didn't say his name in the video that I deleted. I just said my ex, because that's who he is. He's my ex. But I guess I don't really like saying that either, so I'm just going to give him a code name. That way, we're not targeting anybody. And I don't want you all to go and hate on this person. I know some of you know who he is and some of you don't. I want to be more vulnerable on this channel with you all and connect with you all more, which I also said in today's vlog. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do it. And I just want to let you all in on my personal life a little bit more, and so y'all can get to know me. And a lot of y'all don't even know that I even had my heart broken. So there's a lot of things that y'all don't know about me. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and get to it. I'm going to tell it to the best of my ability and try to not leave anything out and try to tell it as truthfully and honestly as I can. And yeah, so go grab your snack, go get a drink, because we might be here a while. So I was laying in bed last night and I was trying to think of what I could call him. And I really like the name Cole, so I'm just going to call him Cole in this video. Because again, I don't want to target him, and I don't want anybody hating on him. So, just a disclaimer, because he's an amazing person, and we're still really good friends till this day, and we still talk some. And he's got a girlfriend now, and we're all good. All Gucci. So, yeah. Anyways, so the story starts off. So, I met this guy at co-op, and basically what co-op is, it's kind of like a school. It's just smaller, and it was in a church. Well, it was in it was in a church building, and they had classrooms and stuff, so you could kind of call it a school, kind of like a Christian private school. And so I didn't really know anything about this kid. I had never really talked to him or anything. I knew of him. He didn't know I existed. I didn't know he existed. I knew he existed, but he didn't know I existed, I don't think. So we both went to co-op together, and my sister actually started, well, I'm just knocked over a mirror. Whoops. So my sister actually, she didn't really know him either, but I think she talked to him more than I did, and she knew of him too, obviously. But, so she actually started shipping us, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't really see him in that way, and I wasn't really looking for a boyfriend at the time. I wasn't really looking for anything, really. I was just, focusing on my schoolwork, mostly focusing on my grades, because I was not doing so hot in, chemistry class, which is where we met. Yeah, my sister started shipping us, and she thought that we'd be really cute together, because we both had red hair, and when he first started coming to co-op, he would let his hair grow out, and so, yeah, he was actually really cute at the time. Anyways, so my sister thought me and him would be really cute together. And so she started shipping us, and she started teasing me about it, and singing all these love songs and stuff. I remember we were in my room one time, and we were listening to or she just kept thinking of love songs. She was kind of making it about us, if that makes any sense. Wow, I realized while I'm editing this, I talk with my hands way too much. So, I apologize. So, that's when... See, I never really talked to this kid. I didn't really even know this kid, and just because my sister was shipping us, and I could kind of see it myself, I started developing feelings for him, even though I had never really talked to him. I had seen him, and like I said, I knew of him, but we never talked. And so one day I talked to my best friend Destiny, and I talked to my sister Bree. And I said, I think I'm going to sit with him in art class. And that's basically where we met. we had 2 classes together. We had chemistry and we had art. So one day it was in art class, and so I'm just going to call her, let's just call her Stephanie. I don't know, that was the that was the first name that came to my mind. So Stephanie and Cole were already friends, best friends actually, first. And I'm going to call her, alright, so Cole, I'm going to go with Cole, Stephanie, and Emma. Those were just random names that popped into my head. So Cole, Stephanie, and Emma were all best friends already. And so then I started to get into the friend group because we were all in art together. And I didn't really talk to him much. I mostly talked to Stephanie, and I'm gonna like forget their names already. But I talked to Stephanie and Emma a lot more than I did him. His brother was in there too. I didn't really talk to the boys because I was so shy. But anyways, and so one day in chemistry class, I actually left this part out when I tried to film this the first time. So one day, fast forward in chemistry class, we had 2 new teachers, which I'm not going to give them code names because I'm too lazy. But we had one teacher, the first day of chemistry class. Me and my sister were both in chemistry class together, and we had one teacher, but he quit so he could be with his family. Long story short, then we got a new teacher, and so it wasn't the first day of chemistry class. It was the first day our new teacher came in. I think she asked us to all say our names and introduce ourselves and like what's our hobbies, like what do we like to do for fun. And my sister, I kind of noticed that he was staring at me. I kind of had a feeling that he liked me, and I think, me and my sister stalked him before that because, of course, you know, she was shipping us and stuff, and I didn't want to stalk him because I was too scared to, and she's like the queen of stalking people, which is kind of weird and kind of not a good thing. But, yeah, so pretty much, we didn't know everything about him, but on his Facebook, like on his Facebook, his profile, I could, he said that he had been in a relationship since like 2016, and I think they had been, like my sister scrolled through and it said in a relationship, and then they broke up, and then in a relationship, and they were just off and on for 2 years. So I kind of knew he was having relationship problems, and I don't know if he was still with her at the time or if they had already broken up. I think they were still together, which isn't good because I kind of could tell that he was starting to develop feelings for me, and then I started developing feelings for him, which wasn't good at all. And so in chemistry class, the teacher asked me, it was my turn, and we all had to go around in a circle and say our names and like what we like to do for fun and things like that. And of course I said my name, and I said what I like to do for fun. I said I like to film and edit, and I like to sing. And so, like, I know, like, everybody's supposed to, like, look at you when you're talking, but, like, I felt like he would not stop staring at me, and even my sister noticed it, and even when we got home, it was like, Cole was staring at you. And then it was either before or after that, I can't really remember. I have a really bad memory when it comes to the past, but like I said, I'm trying to explain it the best I can. If I explained it wrong, like, please, like, for the people who do know the story, like, please correct me. So we were still in chemistry class, and our teacher, actually the little kids chemistry class, they were needing help on a science project, and so went in their classroom and helped them. And I kind of noticed he was like kind of standing like far off, like not really behind me, but kind of beside me, kind of behind me. I don't know, it was weird. Like I was standing here, and he was standing like I said, like kind of like far off from me a little bit. And I noticed like he kept like getting closer to me. I guess he was trying to work up the courage to talk to me, but he was too shy and nervous to. I couldn't tell, but I figured that's what he was doing because, I don't know, it was awkward and weird. And then after that, I think I texted my best friend Destiny and my sister and I talked to my sister Bree when she lived with us at the time, and I was like, I think I'm going to try and sit with him in art. And so that one day at co-op, we had art class, but it was in like, it wasn't in our normal classroom. It was in like when you first walk in to, can't remember what it was called, but when you first walk in, that's where we had the class. And so we were drawing or painting something, and I decided to, I didn't sit next to him, I sat like across from him like this. So he was here, I was here. And I was also sitting with some other friends too, and I didn't really talk, which was weird because I was really nervous. And we were drawing or painting something, and I think he complimented on my drawing, my painting. I can't even remember what it was. I think it was a painting. And then I complimented on his back, and so we kind of had, I can't even remember what we talked about after that, but we kind of had a little bit of a conversation after that. And so after that we were having a winter social coming up, and I went with my sister and her boyfriend. I was actually supposed to go with some other friends, but they didn't look like they were having fun, so I didn't go over there. And that was actually when I met another guy. But if y'all want another whole story time on that, a few of you know who I'm talking about, and a few of you don't, obviously. I'll do another story time on that if you want me to. But yeah, so Cole was there with his girlfriend. I'm not going to give her a name because, again, lazy. And I noticed he was kind of staring at me still a little bit. And I had liked another guy at the time, but he was there with someone else. But that's another story time. Let me know if y'all want to see more of these. We'll definitely have a lot. And so yeah, so after winter formal, it was prom. Before, I think this was after, yeah, this was after formal, I think. So Cole and his girlfriend had broken up, and see, I thought they were still together at the time, but they broke up because they were having problems. And so Cole texted me, and I just remember me and my sister sitting in my room, and we were just talking, and I was like, guess who texted me? And she was naming off a whole bunch of other names, and I was like, no, not him. And then I told her, I was like, it's Cole, he texted me. And I just remember her, like, I was actually she wasn't freaking out, I was freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. She was just like, just like, be casual, just talk to him like you would a friend, just be like, hey, what's up, what are you doing, and things like that. And yeah, after that, this was on March 13th. I can vividly remember the exact date, which is really weird. So after that, it was prom, and his dad wanted him to go to prom, but he didn't want to because obviously he didn't have anybody to go with. And he had just broken up with his girlfriend at the time. Actually, I didn't know who broke up with who, but I just know that they weren't together at the time. And so he was like, hey, can I have some advice? Like, I know, like, I really want to ask, like, this girl to prom, but, you know me, I'm shy and I don't really know how to do it. And so I asked my sister for advice because I was freaking out and I didn't know what to do. And so she just said, just tell him to be yourself. And that's what I told him. And he's like, do you think I should do it Thursday at co-op? And she actually told me to get to know him first. But I went ahead and said, like, yeah, go for it. And even though I kind of knew it was me, and I was like, why did I do that? I should have, yeah, that was my mistake. I should have got to know him a lot better first before I went with him. But it was fun. I had a good time, and we just went as friends, but he didn't see it that way. He saw it as more than friends. And yeah, but I'll get into that. And so, one day at co-op, it was the next week, and I told Destiny, I was like, I just knew that he was gonna ask me to prom, and I didn't know 100% though, but I kind of had a feeling because he was like, you know, this girl, like, I'm thinking about asking her. I thought it could have been about anybody. I was like, well, do you really want to take her to prom? And he was like, well, I don't really talk to her much. The only time I see her is at co-op, and like that's when I knew that it was, I had suspicions that it was about me. But then him and Stephanie no, not Stephanie, him and Emma were also really good friends, and I thought that he was going to ask her because I thought they were really close and they talked a lot, and I thought he liked her. But he asked me, but how he did it, it was the end of co-op. My sister and her boyfriend actually had a graduation meeting, and so I kind of knew he was acting antsy, and like he wanted to ask me, but he was too nervous to. And so my mom came, and we were about to go to the graduation meeting, which was in the other room in the church building. So we were in the gym, and after dodgeball, he was like, I noticed he was acting really nervous. Then my mom got there. I kind of noticed he was freaking out a little bit. Like, it's like he wanted to ask me, but he couldn't build up the courage to. And plus my mom was there, and I think he was waiting for her to leave. But once he like figured out that she wasn't leaving and we are going off to the graduation meeting, like he literally, like he followed me and my mom to the graduation meeting, not in a creepy way or anything, but he tapped me on the shoulder and he was like, hey, would you maybe want to go to prom with me? And of course I said yes, and I was really excited. Like I was over the moon excited. Like I went to my mom and my sister, and I hugged my sister, and I was like, I got asked to prom, and I was really happy. And then so we went to prom. It was really fun. And so after prom we had a bonfire, and he was being like really flirty toward me and stuff, and like, you know me, I'm not romantic, or I thought it was moving too fast anyways, and so plus I was just really shy, and plus like my sister and my best friend were there, and like even they were acting like Destiny felt awkward because she didn't have a date, and I felt really bad because I was supposed to bring her with me to prom since since my sister and her boyfriend were going together. So she didn't really have anybody, and I felt really bad, but she told me to go for it, and she was really happy for me. Yeah, I was supposed to include her, and I didn't, and I felt really bad because I was just like blinded by, it wasn't even love because it was like we were too young for that, but yeah, blinded by love, and it was just really bad. I still feel really bad for that. More of the story. So we had a bonfire after that. It was really fun. He was actually late to the bonfire because he couldn't find it, and yeah, so he was being really flirty toward me that night, and he fell out of his chair. I don't even know how it happened. I think he was just leaning back and we were talking, or like trying to take a picture together or something, and he leaned back and he completely fell out of his chair. It was hilarious. I laughed so hard. I felt so bad for him though, and he felt really embarrassed. He even told me that like the day after we texted, and he was like, that was so embarrassing. So he actually, I don't know if I would count it. I did count it as a handhold. There was something in the sky that we were all looking at, something to do with the sky. I can't even remember what it was. The people that do know the story, like, if y'all remember what it was, like, because it's been bugging me and I do not remember what it was. Yeah, we all went out to look at it, and he grabbed my hand and pulled me out, and yeah. And there was also a time where we were sitting outside. Actually, I'm not going to give her a code name either because I can't think of anything really. So this girl, I was dancing with her, and just as friends, something weird. And like Cole wasn't dancing with me because he was so nervous that night. Like we didn't dance for the longest time, and we barely even talked because we barely even knew each other. Like we only knew each other for like a week. And so she made him dance with me, and after that it was all good. It was all fine. It was really fun. We had some cute moments, and then we went outside to get some fresh air, and there were candles like sitting along the, I don't know what you call it, like fence thing. It was a porch, and then there was like a fence type of thing, and he would like try and touch the fire, and I would have to get on to him and tell him no. So after that, it wasn't long before we started dating. Actually before that we stayed up all night talking, and we really got to know each other that night, and that's when we realized we both really liked each other.